Now, during the Democratic Party, a lot of us were wondering about some of the odd debate scheduling, right? We covered a lot of the debates here on the show, a lot of the debate clips. TYT did some live coverage as well. And at the back of our minds, we were always thinking, what the hell? You're scheduling debates in really odd times when most people aren't watching, right? In fact, they rarely took place during prime time. And of course, you only had 6 debates. And compared to the Republicans who had, I don't know how many debates, they had a lot of debates, a lot more than the Democrats. Well, people were wondering, what the hell? What's with this? What's going on here? Well, thanks to WikiLeaks, we now see that this debate schedule was intentional from the get-go. Once again, stuff that we already knew, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go through it anyway. Now, there's an email written by Charles Baker of the Dewey Square Group, dated April 27, 2015. Now, it says goals for the debate primary, for the Democratic primary debate schedule were discussed in this email with top-level Clinton campaign officials. Now, recipients to this email included campaign chairman John Podesta, whose emails, of course, were leaked, Clinton campaign manager Robbie Mook, and Ron Klain, chief of staff for Vice President Joe Biden. Clinton campaign communications director Jennifer Palmieri is also CC'd on the correspondence. Now, Baker shared a Democratic National Committee draft press release on the debate schedule with top Clinton campaign staffers, saying that he had, quote, internal discussions about the debate schedule with Mo Elleithee. Mo Elleithee is the executive director of the Georgetown University Institute of Politics and is a former Obama White House communication director. Also shared is former Obama White House communications director Anita Dunn, who are both referred to by Baker as the DNC's communication operations. So you've got this correspondence between the DNC and the Clinton campaign. Major players, right? Now, according to Baker, discussions about when the debate should be scheduled, quote, in our interest, had 6 different goals in mind. Some of them make sense, others not so much. Now, the Clinton campaign's stated goals included limiting other candidates' exposure to voters, especially during the critical first primaries and caucuses, and that Clinton would be prevented from any one-on-one debate with a single candidate, if at all possible. So let me go through these different points, these different goals that the Clinton campaign had that would be in their interest when it came to a debate. Number 1 would limit the number of debates and the number in each state. That's why we only had just 6 debates. Not very many. Because one of their goals from the outset was, hey, let's limit the number. So, debates, let's not have very many. Okay. Number 2, start the debates as late as possible. Another way to, of course, prevent a lot of people from deciding to watch it. Number 3, keep debates out of the busy window between February 1st and February 27th of 2016. Now, that is the window between Iowa to South Carolina. Those were the primaries that were happening within that window. Ooh, let's not do debates then. No, because that's going to get other people other than Hillary Clinton in the spotlight, and they may actually vote for someone else. Now, number 4, create a schedule that will allow the later debates to be canceled if the race is for practical purposes over. Now, that's actually what happened in California, where Hillary Clinton decided to cancel the last debate between Bernie Sanders. Not going to do it, not going to have it. I got this thing in the bag. Why would we need another debate? And look, at that point, she was looking pretty good to be the winner. After New York, it was essentially over. So she actually used that number 4 provision, or that number 4 goal. Now, the other ones, of course, are fairly benign. Encourage an emphasis on local issues and local media participants in the debate formats. Okay, no issue there. We can see that as an example of the Flint debate. For example, Hillary Clinton kept bringing up Flint, kept talking about the water crisis. That's great, except that afterwards she stopped talking about it, and we haven't really heard a word about Flint after. So, then, number 6, Ensure a format that provides equal time for all candidates and does not give the moderator any discretion to focus on one candidate. And I think that is actually a fair goal. So that's a fair goal. Number 5 is a fair goal. Okay, those make sense. Now, what does this all mean? Well, it means that we were right all along. The people who were calling out this fucked up debate schedule. The Clinton campaign and the DNC, essentially through these debate rules, these goals, tried to limit the exposure to other candidates to ensure that Hillary Clinton would be the undisputed winner. Since she is the most well-known Democrat in the race, I mean, look, most people don't know who Bernie Sanders is, right? Most people don't know who Martin O'Malley is or Lincoln Chafee, even though he tries his best. He tries his best. If nobody knows who they are, especially the early voters, which, by the way, you vote by mail, you vote early, you come in, oftentimes you don't know who else is on the ballot or you don't know who else anyone is on the ballot. And you're just going to vote, well, I know who Hillary Clinton is. That's who I'm going to vote for. Because I don't know any of these other guys. I don't know who these people are. But Hillary Clinton, I know Hillary Clinton. And see, that's why during the primary, we were shouting, we're screaming about, hey, there's a cover Bernie Sanders. There is a Bernie blackout going on in the media. They're not talking about him. They're not doing they're scheduling these debates in really fucked up times where most people are not watching. They're not paying attention, and they're not getting the coverage, these candidates, that they actually deserve. That does a disservice to every other candidate and a service to Hillary Clinton, whom everybody already knows. I mean, you'd have to be hiding under a rock to not know who the fuck Hillary Clinton is. So that's the problem, right? And that's why these debates were so important. Because, see, a lot of these debates are where you are first introduced, or these candidates are first introduced to the electorate for the first time. Not everybody was out there listening to Brunch with Bernie and the Tom Hartman show. Okay? A lot of these people had literally no idea who this guy or who anybody else was until it was too late. Oh my God, I had other options? Too bad I voted early already. Oh well. Now what's funny about this whole situation, and I don't mean funny in a good way, is that former DNC chairman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, by the way, she was disgraced by being impartial towards Hillary Clinton while she was chair of the DNC, said the 6 debates were scheduled to, quote, maximize exposure to the candidates. However, even PolitiFact rated her claim as false because many of these debates were on weekends and in competition with NFL games and other events. Oops. But hey, that's why she stepped down, right? One of the reasons, because she was not impartial, but neither was the DNC. In fact, according to FEC records, Charles Baker, the guy who sent the email in the first place, he is on the payroll of the Clinton campaign. He was paid roughly $125,000 between July 2015 and August of 2016. Now, I know some people are watching this video and are saying, look, okay, yeah, Bernie lost, get the fuck over it. Now the job is to defeat Donald Trump. Look, as much as I despise Trump and feel that right now the third parties are just not in a good position to challenge Hillary Clinton and actually win, look, to be honest, they're likely to not get more than 5% of the vote, right? Okay. But the whole point of doing this, talking about these things, is not to get someone else elected. It's that the corruption needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about. This collusion between a national party and a political campaign to keep out members of their own party for going up against the ultimate insider. And yes, I realize Bernie Sanders is an independent, but there were also other people. There were Martin O'Malley, there were Jim Webb, all those other people. Keeping them out too, effectively, because we've already picked who we want to run before the primary was over. And that, of course, pick was Hillary Clinton. And this is important as well because, look, while this election will be over in about less than a month, and it's likely that Donald Trump is going to lose and go off to create Trump TV with Roger Ailes and Steve Bannon, Hillary Clinton and those who have helped her are likely to get into positions of power. They will be into office. And it's important to talk about it finally because every candidate deserved a fair chance. Martin O'Malley, Jim Webb, Bernie Sanders, Lincoln Chafee, all of them, they all deserved a chance. And it's pretty obvious now, thanks to these leaks, that they never even had one. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.